My name is Brock Jones. I also go by the name of Saint as well. Came and did a fantastic job of boosting me up a bit to come up here, gassing me up a bit, man. Listen, I'm a small town kid from the country town of Pittsburgh, Texas. Grew up there, graduated in 2003, and then went on an adventure to try to find myself. Moved to Houston, Texas, and lived there for about 5 years, kind of navigating life. I call it a self-discovery journey of making a bunch of stupid decisions, doing things that are not aligned with what I should be doing, and living life randomly until I finally had the epiphany that, wait a minute, there's something more to life than just partying, dating, chasing money, and basically not living on purpose. Anybody agree with that? If not, you will sooner or later. Right now you might be in that phase, but sooner or later you will. I want to come and inspire you and probably restate some of the same things that Ronnie said. I missed the first gentleman, but from what I hear, you did an amazing job of sharing. I want to reinstate that you have purpose in you, that there is a great plan for you, and that you all are uniquely special and designed to do some amazing things in this world. And it may not look like Ronnie, it may not look like me, it may not look like Cayman, but it'll look and feel like you, and it'll embody who you are to the fullest, and everybody has something to offer. Do y'all agree with that? Hey, listen, I am a rapper, okay? And have you ever listened to a rap song before? Have you ever been to a rap concert before? If they tell you put your hands in the air, what do? If they tell you say ho! All right, so I need y'all to talk with me and engage with me so we can feed off each other's energy and we can get through this thing. Y'all with it? Y'all with that? Cool, man. So I want to feed off your energy today and inspire you to tap into those things that come into your mind, okay? Introducing myself, obviously, Brock Jones. I go by Brockney, that's my real name, but a lot of people butcher that. So it's like, just call me Brock, right? I have a family. That's my beautiful family. It looks like it's not in high definition, but maybe it is over here. You can see them there. My beautiful wife, my kids. I have 3 kids. My wife, I've been married for 13 years. Best thing that ever happened to me, man, besides giving my life and heart to Jesus Christ. And my children are amazing. I am a business leader, a business owner of a Saint Music LLC, where I am the managing partner and also the artist under my own record label. So I write my own checks to myself, and it's amazing. Love that. And I have freedom to do and make music that I want to make. I'm also a community leader, as Cayman alluded to, as the co-founder as well as the president and CEO of Transformers Movement, which is a 501c3 nonprofit. And it's been an amazing journey to serve my community, to break down barriers and build bridges that create lasting changes in communities that are under-resourced, underdeveloped, but also to mentor young adults like yourself. And to help you guys find identity, find purpose, get vision for your life, have goals set for yourself, and provide the greatest resource that mankind has ever had, which is human resource. And if you look around the room, you see human resource all around you. People. And what Ronnie alluded to is the fact that when he got out of his comfort zone and got out of his shell and began to network with other people, the doors began to blow off, and all the progress he made came not just from him, from others coming alongside of him. And I love to do that and provide that as a resource to young adults. Great partnerships like you see there with the CEO of YMCA in the Arlington-Mansfield district there. We're doing some great work with them, and partnerships all across the DFW community. I got outside of my ordinary zone of Pittsburgh, Texas, and went out into the world and began to go on an amazing journey that led me here sharing with you things that might change your life forever, and I hope it does. I'm multitasking today. Somebody say multitask. Sometimes you do got to do it by yourself. I'm doing it by myself today. Somebody say, don't waste the light. What do y'all think that means? Okay, that's deep. That was profound. Don't waste the time of day on stupid stuff. Y'all take that with me. I'm done, guys. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great day. That's my present. No, I'm just kidding, man. Somebody, what'd you say? Don't waste time. Love that. Somebody else said something too. Don't waste potential. Ooh, ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. Don't waste the light. Man, I wish I could pull this over here. Don't waste the lights. She hit it right on the head. Don't waste the potential. I want to talk about not wasting the light today. We can get to the next slide. Not wasting the light. I allude to the light as light bulb moments. Have you ever had a light bulb moment before? Anybody ever had that? Anybody ever had an epiphany before? Who in here has laid down and went to sleep and had a dream before? Raise your hand, right? Light bulb moments are really just an enlightenment period, a period of inspiration, a period of realizing something potential. And when I think about potential, I think about the possibility of what could be. Everybody in the room has potential. Everybody that's born and comes out of the womb and takes a deep breath of air is born with natural, God-given potential, which is the possibility of what your life can be. And every idea and every dream is a possibility of what can manifest in your reality today. Do y'all agree with that? And every one of you has something to offer. And I'm here to tell you, capitalize on your light bulb moments. That's what Cayman has done. That's what Ronnie has done. That's what somebody who birthed North Texas Community College done. This place was just an idea at some point, until somebody began to tap into something greater than them, and then it birthed this. And now you're sitting in the seats of an idea and a light bulb moment that manifests itself into reality. And I'm here to challenge you. What's your light bulb moment? What's your dream? What's your idea that you're marinating on? Guys, let's go to the next slide. The potential to create greatness. The idea equals potential. The ideas plus your action, putting some action behind your dream, behind your goal, behind whatever it is that stirs your heart. That's called faith, ladies and gentlemen. From my belief system, it says faith without works is dead. That means it's not alive. But when you put action behind that thing, that epiphany that comes in your head from time to time, it begins to do something great and produces greatness. Actions or ideas or dreams without action is called wasted potential. Anybody want to be a waste of time? Does anybody want to waste a dream? Do you want to waste the college that you're supposed to start? Do you want to waste a business that you're supposed to start? Anybody want to do that? Nobody plans to fail, but sometimes we do plan to fail by not taking action. Y'all feeling that? And everybody in here has a call to get to action. Failure is not trying at all. Failure is really not trying at all. We just heard a story of him overcoming the fear of failure and going through that, but what if he never tried? What if he never tried, and now this great vision of philanthropy and of helping other people overcome the financial barrier or obstacle of having enough financial resources to take care of their family or to get to the next level or break through a glass ceiling, it never would have existed if he gave into the fear of failing or not trying at all. I challenge you today, what are you not trying? What are you allowing to hinder you? What are you allowing to hold you back? What are you not capitalizing on? Because the potential to create greatness is inside of everybody in this room. And you have it. It's time for us to tap into it. Next slide. So what I want to encourage you guys today is begin to take your ideas, your dreams, your epiphanies, and begin to create vision out of that. And out of that vision, begin to create goals for yourself. And out of those goals, begin to put some faith behind what you've established and begin to go after with everything you have inside of your heart. Right? Now, I have to say this, and y'all let me know if y'all agree. I am an international recording performer artist. I have started an organization that's doing great things around the world. But a lot of times I ask myself, I think about this, and I find myself falling into this trap often. I have a great idea and then I forget it. I have dreams. I've had dreams of me performing in front of millions of people, and the crowd is just going crazy. And this is an amazing song. I'm like, this song is dope, y'all. Oh my God. Man, when I get up, I'm gonna write that thing down. And then I go back to sleep. And then the SpongeBob meme comes up, 3 hours later. I wake up, and I can't remember a thing of what I had. That was the next hit record. That was $1 million song. That was going to be a top chart. And I did not remember it. The idea came, and it went so quickly, and it was the best thing that probably could have came into my mind. I'm like praying to God, please let me remember it. Please give it back to me. Please, what was that? And it's gone. Do y'all agree that ideas can come and go quickly? Right? They do. What's been stirring inside of your heart and inside of your brain? What are those ideas that pop up that maybe you don't hit the pause button in life, you just think about it, but then you go back to the next season or episode of the Netflix program? Or maybe you have that dream and then You are tired, but you don't want to wake up at 2 a.m. to write it down or to do something because you're like, I'm just so tired, right? What's been stirring in your brain? Ask yourself that question, right? And how are you capturing them? You know what capture means? To catch it. How are you catching the ideas? How are you catching the dreams? How are you catching the inspiration? How are you capturing it and putting it in a cage, putting it in a box, putting it somewhere so that you will not lose it or it will not leave quickly and get absorbed by all the cares and concerns of life? The next assignment, the next class, the relationship issue, the family issue, the whatever is going on in your life that will steal your dream or your idea because you're consumed by the cares of life. What's taking that away and how can we resolve that, right? How long have you been sitting on these ideas? Have you been waiting? Have you been postponing? Or have you stopped dreaming because you're so consumed with everything else? I challenge you not to stop dreaming. Don't stop thinking. Don't stop being creative. And have you talked yourself out of your dream or idea? These are real things. I've done it many, many times because fear is a dream killer. And responsibility can sometimes be a dream killer, but responsibility should be a motivation to begin to run after your dreams, because once you do that, your responsibilities and your purpose and your calling will go higher and higher. All right, let's go to the next slide. So write it down. Somebody say, write your dream down. Somebody say, write your idea down. Now you can do that in any type of way. We got technology, which is somewhere over here, or back there. I'm filming. I'm using my technology to film me talking to you, as Cayman is filming me talking to you, so I can capture this moment. Because there might be some things I say here that I need to go back and get, and that's a form of me writing down what I'm saying. Write down your dreams. Write down the things you envision yourself doing. Write down your ideas. Put it in a cell phone. I'm a recording performance artist. I use a voice recorder sometimes when I get an idea. May not have no words, but I just hear it. If I don't capture that, I'm going to lose it at some point. What's the $1 million idea or dream that you have that you didn't capture? Pull that phone out, pull that notepad out, pull a journal out, pull something out and write it down, because there's significance in it. And if you don't, you might lose it. But here's a few things that you got to take in consideration too. Identify any limiting beliefs that you have after you write it down. Because most of the times a dream or a vision or an idea is bigger than yourself. It's probably beyond your capability of being able to do it. And a lot of times when we have great ideas, great vision, great things that we dream of, it's beyond ourselves, and then we begin to believe the lies. Man, you don't have what it takes to do that. Man, you know what? You've been labeled as a failure. You've been labeled as not good enough. You've been labeled as this or as that. That will limit you from being able to believe you can even achieve the great idea that came into your mind. Identify the limiting beliefs and then begin to destroy them. Somebody say destroy it. Destroy that. And then begin to replace those negative ideas or thoughts or things that come into your mind with words of affirmation. I can do this. I do have greatness inside of me. I do have creative nature. I do have the capacity to pursue this. I'm not a failure. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not. You have to replace it with positive affirmation, the truth of what you are and who you really can do, so that you can proceed forward. Then you got to map it out. What's been stirring? What do you see? Begin to plan. Right? We'll get into that in just a little bit. But also count the cost. Ronnie talked about this. You're going to have to sacrifice some nights at the bar. Maybe you got to sacrifice some money. You got to sacrifice some time. You're going to have to sacrifice some of your emotions, some of the things that consume our 24 hours, but also consume our emotional space, our spiritual space, our physical space. It requires counting the cost and saying, consider the risk. What do I need? What do I have to give up? What do I have to do? Because this idea is stirring in me, and I feel like I got to put some feet to the ground and kind of go after it a little bit. What is that going to take, right? And then put it into action. Faith without works is dead, right? You got to act. Got to take action. Next slide, Ronnie. Don't wait until the perfect time, because the perfect time will never come. I don't even know. I think there's moments where time seems perfect, like, man, I was supposed to be here at this time. I shook this guy's hand, and now it manifested into a great relationship. Man, that was meant to be. That was a divine connection, right? Right? It can be considered somewhat perfect timing, but waiting to do something in the perfect time never happens. Let me say that again. Waiting to step off the boat and walk on water is never a perfect time to do it, because it's going to be risky today and it's going to be risky tomorrow. Jumping out of a plane is going to be risky today the same time it is. When's the perfect time to jump out of a plane? Somebody tell me when it is. I don't know what it is. It's going to be scary no matter what. Why not go down? Why not start now? Let me give you a daunting truth. Raise your hands if you know somebody younger than you that has already passed on in life. So we got a few hands, probably majority of hands. All right, now ask me the question of this. Is tomorrow promised? So then what are you waiting on right now to begin to tap into that you may lose the opportunity to tap into waiting on the perfect time, because our life is but a vapor and it'll pass in a minute. But that dream, that passion, that goal, that idea that you've been sitting on for days, weeks, months, years, is sitting there saying, hey, pick me. Hey, give me some time. Give me some energy. I really want to. Come on, let's go, let's go. And sometimes we just like, it's not the right time, man. It's not this, it's not that. That's a lie. The time is now. The time is now to start creating. Get active. Put in some work. Go for it. And guess what? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Ding, ding, ding. Man, I gotta get you something, man. You're getting all the answers right today. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. It may be an idea that's bigger than you, but you don't have to do it all at one time. You take small steps. Guys, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Small steps towards your dream, towards your purpose, towards your calling, towards that next creative thing. Man, Steve Jobs, he didn't even want to get in the phone business or iPhone. Now he's known across the world as one of the most innovative creators of tech. And he didn't even want to get into the phone industry, but he did it one step at a time, and now everybody's spending money on iPhones. I don't know why. I don't know why you got an iPhone, bro. I just don't know. I don't know why you did it. I'm about to call you out of the dark side, man. Get you back, get you a Galaxy in your hands, man. Get you a Samsung Galaxy. But he did it. And he's admired. What's your favorite movie? Paid in Full. One of my favorites. Ace. Ace, baby. What's your favorite movie? The Godfather. I love the Godfather sagas, man. It's amazing movies, man. Anybody else? Gladiator. Love it. Russell Crowe. Is this not why you are here? Right? Favorite song. Somebody throw a favorite song out there. All in. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? He ponders. Let me see. Right? The point I'm about to make is the fact that somebody had the idea for that song or that movie. Probably had it for a while. And they probably decided that, you know what, I can't wait any longer. I need to get rolling on this song. I need to get rolling on this production. I need to get rolling on this because this is a great idea. This is supposed to be something amazing. Let me call up somebody. Let me tell somebody. Let me get my iPhone out and film a skit of this. Let me do something because this idea is going to be amazing. And some of us now here are enjoying or reaping the benefits of great movies that have brought joy and brought us out of depression, brought us out of anxiety. We've listened to songs that made us smile when we were sad, that made us happy when we should have been down, that motivated us because somebody decided to take a step and move on an idea or action. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What do you have inside of you that's supposed to change your world around you? What are you going to do? Next slide. Begin to envision yourself executing this, right? I just talked about, like, you may not be able to consume the whole picture at one time, but start where you are, right? Making the necessary changes. But this is a big one. As you envision yourself doing what it is that you feel like you should do in this life, or an idea or a dream that you had, and you begin to envision. Envision means I see myself doing this. I can picture myself doing this. I can imagine maybe a year or 2 or 3 years down the line that this is the only thing that I'll be doing in my life, is that I can see it. I can almost touch it. I can envision it, right? As you're doing that, you begin to create what we call vision for your life. And sometimes you can write that down on paper, but you begin to get vision for your life. Because now if you have vision for your life, now you have something to go for. If you don't have a destination, then where are you going? You need a destination so you know which way to go and get there. And once you have the destination or the vision for your life, begin to ask yourself the why. Why are you going that way? Why are you running so hard after that? Why are you doing it? People are going to ask you why. Ronnie, they ask you why. Why are you doing that? What's fueling why you do what you do? Tell me real quick. What's fueling why you're investing and talking and networking? What's the fuel for that?
My passion for people.
Exactly. Purpose fuels your passion, which fuels performance. The why is so important. Why are you in school? Are you just here because your mama told you? Your daddy told you? Culture told you you had to go? Why are you here? Why are you in the seats? If you don't know your why, then when school gets hard and the money gets tight and all that, you're going to leave. Man, I don't need school. But if you got a why, you're going to persevere. If you have a why and you know your why, you're not going to give up when time gets hard. You're not going to throw in the towel when things get rough and you're struggling, because your why is going to fuel your passion, which is your soul, your heart, what comes out of you. How I'm talking right now is passion, because I'm looking at greatness. And I'm walking in my purpose right now, and I'm passionate about it because I see winners in the crowd. And this world is going to try to eat you alive and take your joy and take your purpose and take your identity. It's going to try to take your dream. And if you don't have the why solidified in your heart and your soul and your spirit, then it'll wipe you out. And you'll find yourself 5, 10, 15 years from now sitting in a cubicle, missing your dream. And looking up in the sky saying, why am I trapped right now? Man, I was born for greater than this. I was born for more than this. This is not my life. This is not living. It's because we got to tap into the why right now. And so I'm walking it out, right? Next slide. You got your passion, you got the idea, you've written it down, you got it on paper, you're motivating yourself, you're pumping yourself up. You know what? I want to lose weight this year. I'm going to lose 200 pounds. Wait. Hold up. Wait. Your idea and your dream was dope. You want to lose weight. Great. Anybody want to get in shape? I do. Anybody want to stay in shape? Kevin, you already in shape. Somebody want to get in shape. That boy got a 15-pack under that shirt pack. All right? You want to stay in shape? Okay, cool. You do want to do that, right? So you got the idea. I want to get in shape. I got the dream. I want to look like a bodybuilder. I want to look like this. I want to look like that. The idea and the dream is there, right? Cool. Now you envision yourself. Man, I'm gonna be buying these size whatever pants next year. And the beach time come, I'm gonna take my shirt off. I'm not gonna be insecure no more. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be that. Now you're envisioning yourself, right? Okay, you got the plan. You kind of mapped it out. You envision yourself doing it, and now you come back and say, all right, this time next year I'm losing 200 pounds. Come on, man. I mean, not to be a dream killer, not. But you're probably not going to lose 200 pounds, especially if you set a time limit of by next summer. That is probably an unrealistic expectation that you'll put on yourself. And if you do that to yourself, if you try to eat the elephant in one bite, you're going to get full and give up. Set realistic goals for yourself, realistic expectation, right? Remember I said no plan equals planning to fail? Plan, but plan realistically. Because this is important. These things right here. Small victories boost your morale and lift your spirits. Who in here likes winning? Put your W's up. All right? Who likes losing? Nobody put up losing. Everybody put up wins. So why not set yourself up to win? Hey, I'm going to not eat a cheeseburger this week. You trying to lose weight? Okay, cool. I'm not. Or maybe I'm gonna eat one cheeseburger this week instead of eating 3. That's a win, right? I'm one that I don't like reading books. I hate reading. Do not like reading. I don't know why. I like watching stuff. I'm visual and audible. I don't like reading. But I felt compelled this year that people who are great, people who are successful, people who are knowledgeable, they read books. They eat books for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're knowledgeable. They go through and they just consume books, and it gives them knowledge and information and wisdom that those of us who don't read don't have, right? And said, okay, cool. I'm not going to tell myself that I'm going to read 20 books this year. What I'm going to say is, I'm going to simply start reading, and I'm going to try to read one book. So far this year, I've read 6 books, and I have audibly listened through the Bible 1.5 times. And the Bible's a big book, like it's like that, right? But I set some realistic goals for myself to say I'm not just going to be a bookworm, but I'm going to do something tangible, and I took steps towards it, and now I'm above my capacity, or what I thought my capacity was to read. Now I'm reading books, and I love it, because I had an idea that I need to read. And then I envisioned myself doing it, and I put it into practice, and now here I am reading books and doing things and learning things like never before. And it boosts my morale, but I'm also moving the football down the field for the football players. You don't have to throw the ball to score. You're a running back. You got to get in between the tackles, and boom, and you get 5, 10, 8 yards here and there. It's chunk after chunk, you move the ball down the field, and you celebrate the victory at the end. My question to you is, are you moving the ball down the field of your dream or your idea, that thing you've been sitting on forever, that thing that's been stirring in your heart? Or are you still at the 1-yard line? Where you at? It's time to get in the end zone. It's time to move the ball down the field. Speaking of football, as we're talking there, is football a one-man team? Is it just the quarterback? Is it just the coach? Somebody say power and unity. Somebody say power and diversity. This is one you might not want to say, but say this: power and weakness. We are all weak, but together we're strong. And you can't do this thing called life by yourself. You can't do school by yourself. You can't do entrepreneurship by yourself, creativity. You can try to paint or write a song or do this or do that or whatever's in your wheelhouse, right? You can try to do it by yourself, but you're only going to go so far to where the brakes are going to go, and you're going to reach your limit. And the reason why everybody reaches their limit is because we were not created to be a one-man army. We were created to be a family, a team. It was purposeful. I'm going to tell you why it's purposeful. And I'm going to tell you why your idea, your dream, your purpose, your calling, whatever you want to label it, why it involves being a network person, networking, the power of network, the power of unity and diversity, and building a team, why it's so important. I'm going to tell you why. Next slide. The reason why is because collaboration is what helps you achieve true success. Because there's people in this world, probably people in arm's reach of you, that are supposed to be assisting you. There's people that are around you or that are potentially supposed to be connected to you so that you can trust them. See the hand shaking? There's people around you, people you're supposed to meet, people you're supposed to network with. They're supposed to support you, and they're supposed to support what's inside of you and what dream you have inside of you, what vision you have inside of you, what idea you have inside of you, to get you to true success, to inspire you, to exchange ideas with you, to work with you, and to share the greatness inside of you with the world. Your greatest strength is actually your weakness. And what I want to challenge you guys to do is begin to find people in your circle or in the world somewhere that are strong in areas where you're weak and begin to work with them. Do I need to say that again? Find people in your reality, your world space, right? That in areas where you're weak, they're strong, and you begin to do life with them and talk with them and work with them and grow with them and network and build with them, because there's things that are inside of those people that are great at things that you suck at that are going to take you to the next level. You might be great at finance and you want to get into real estate, but you don't know how to look at homes and find out what a good home is to buy. So what are you going to do? You're going to go buy bad houses and waste your money buying bad houses? Or should you connect with somebody that knows, a contractor, somebody that builds homes, and connect with them and say, hey, I got a whole lot of money, man, but I don't know what house to buy. And they say, hey, I know how to look at good houses and find good houses, and I can pinpoint what house is good for you to invest in. Okay, cool. And when our powers combine, I am Captain Planet. I'm just going all over the place, right? But I hope it's connected. The Power Rangers, when they came together, was it one Power Ranger or was it all of them? And they all had different weapons and skills and colors, but when they came together, they made this big machine that could fight off, right? Ultron, Transformers, who else? What else? The Avengers, like what else? Y'all get what I'm saying? The power of networking and team building is so essential. Ideas, dreams, goals, it's not just you. You're going to have help, but you got to step off the boat and begin to walk on water. I don't want to preach to you, but when Peter got off the boat and walked on water, when he began to sink, Jesus reached down and grabbed his hand and said, I'm right here with you. I got you. And they walked together. Jesus himself didn't even come walk alone. He had a team. He built a team. And that team wasn't perfect, but that team was perfect for the cause. Your team may not be perfect, but it's perfect for the cause of your life. And you can do it. You can do it. But you got to build that team, because there's power in teamwork. Next slide. Visionaries don't have it all. All right. My Galaxy Watch 4 just went off. Can't have that. Turn that off. It's so amazing. It's just so. I'm just playing. Visionaries don't have it all, but they invite others to enhance their vision. And I challenge you to invite other people to enhance your dream, enhance your vision, enhance your goals, enhance your life, right? Next slide. Last thing I want to say is you got to put in some work. I keep saying it because it's so true. And dreams and visions and goals without action, without faith, without movement, it's just dead ideas. It's wasted potential. And I don't want y'all to waste y'all's potential. This is a book that I read. I told y'all I was reading. I read some books this year. This is a book that I read. I encourage all of you guys to write it down, take a picture, something, right? Not forcing you to, just encouraging you to. It's called A Dream Giver. And it's about this person. His name is Ordinary. And he's from his name is Nobody, and he's from a town called Ordinary. But he begins to sense that there was something inside of him that was great, but it was different from everything around him. And he had this kind of mental, emotional, and spiritual journey of figuring out why he felt so uncomfortable being in ordinary land and being called a nobody, when really he was supposed to be a somebody and supposed to get out of the land, actually supposed to get out of the land of familiar and go into the land of the unknown and begin to become who he's supposed to be. Amazing book. Let me see. I'm telling you, I stretched myself this year. I was highlighting stuff and all of that, man. Very uncomfortable. But very impactful in my life. So the guy named Ordinary thought he was content until the day Ordinary noticed a small nagging feeling that something big was missing from his life. Or maybe that feeling was that he was missing from something big. It says these words were echoing in his mind. What you're missing, you already have. In the small corner of his heart lay a big dream. The big dream told him that he, a nobody, was made to be a somebody and destined to achieve great things. It says, now ordinary had heard rumors of various nobodies in a familiar land waking up to a big dream, but he never imagined that it could happen to him. It says the day after, Ordinary showed up to his usual job, but while he worked, he thought about his dream. He thought about how wonderful it would be to do what he loved instead of just dreaming about it. And it goes on, and it gets a little deeper as it follows his journey of taking steps of faith and taking the idea and the dream that was inside of him and beginning to say, you know what, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and take some small steps towards achieving this and making it happen. And he meets a lot of great people along the way to help him do it. And it embodies everything that I just talked about taking your dream, your idea, your vision, and beginning to put some action behind those thoughts and those words and not wasting it. Because we don't want to waste the potential that we have in us, and that potential is greatness. Are y'all tracking with me on that? All right, next slide. I'm pretty much finished. I want to take some Q&As, but don't waste the light, guys. Don't waste the light. Next slide. This is my Facebook and Instagram. I got to do this, shameless plug. But man, I would love for you guys to follow me and keep up with me. I'm born and raised in Pittsburgh, Texas. I currently reside in Arlington, Texas, which is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But I frequently come back here. I actually have plans to come back here and do a concert in the city of Pittsburgh, Texas, as well as Dangerfield, Texas, and I also have a concert tomorrow night in Tyler, Texas. I'm currently on tour right now, and it's ironically called the City Lights Tour. Not ironically, because I believe in that. It's kind of my mantra, is that I want the world to light up. We should light up and be the change we want to see in our world. So please follow me, Instagram at Saint Music. For my nonprofit is Instagram at Transformers Movement. That's my name on Facebook. You can send me a personal friend request, or you can follow my music by typing in a Saint and following it, or Transformers Movement by clicking that and follow it. I have business cards. I have a brochure about my organization and my music that you guys can keep up with. I want to take a brief moment, if I can, Cayman, for some Q&A. And if I have 2 or 3 minutes, I would love to play a song for them, if that's okay. So Q&A, if you have any questions or anything you want to say to me or feedback, feel free to do so now. Going once. So I've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Great book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, great book. This one, Dream Giver. I've read this year Kingdom Men Rising. Great book. I'm reading that one right now. Oh man, I can't think of this book, man. And then he said it was good. And then he said it was good. That's a book about creativity, about the power of creativity and how creativity is not the confines of painting, music, movies, art, but creativity is in mathematics. Creativity is in science. Creativity is in the person who cleans the custodial job, that cleans this auditorium and mop. There's a creative way that somebody can do this that would enhance this floor. Creativity changes our world. It changes our culture. It can change things that we struggle and battle with: racism, stereotypes, police brutality. Creativity changes the world, and creativity is good. And tapping into that is the best thing that we can do as a human race. So, and then he said it was good. Great book. I read those. I can't think of any more off the top of my head right now, but those were at least 3 or 4 that I read this year. Yeah. So definitely. So I just to give you some insight on how I know a little bit about that. So Transformers Movement started at me and my wife hosting small meetings in our apartment called Real Talk. And Real Talk basically. Oh, word! Look at that! Hey, that's why she was tapped in like that, man. But yeah, we started in our apartment, man, in Duncanville, Southwest Dallas, bro. doing that, and it was centered around sitting down, having food, and talking about real life things, real life issues, real life struggles, real life topics, taboo topics, things that you may not feel comfortable talking to your mom about, talking to a professor about, talking to a friend about, but you want a safe space to be able to do that, right? So we started that, and it was always kind of a family vibe, round table. When you have food and good music and all that, it does something to a room where it creates comfortableness, right? And now people's walls come down. And as we did that, we saw our reach grow as more people wanted to get involved in it, and then slowly our organization and our vision for Transformers going out and serving our communities grew. People wanted to get involved. Now we got teams, we got volunteers, we got a board, we got all these people. Like, okay, how do we keep all these people motivated and engaged? And it all circled back to the small thing that we started off doing, which is real talk. As a leader, you need to create space for the people that are, I don't want to say under you, because that's not true, they're not under you, they're just as valuable as you. But the people that you are in front of trying to lead, create a space for them to truly be themselves and feel comfortable. Create a space for them to feel like they're being heard and they're being respected. Create a space where there's no judgment, there's no gossiping, there's no people beating up on each other and talking bad about each other. You as a leader set the tone for your organization. You set the culture. You're the one that's casting vision. So as a leader of whatever that is, in whatever capacity, you have the power to create a space for everybody to cohesively work together and be heard. And that's what most people want is respect. They want to be respected, they want to be heard, and they want to feel like they have a seat at the table to be a part, a true, genuine part of what's going on there. And if you create that safe space with them, along with celebrating the wins and then tapping them on the back, good job, girl, y'all seen the last client you did here? Man, that was amazing. Did everybody see that? Hey, give her a round of applause. Like, that kind of stuff makes people feel good. Now, if you do that with everybody feels good. And when everybody can come to you and say, hey, can we do this differently, do that differently, can we do this? And now they feel like they're a part of it, and they feel like they have a role to play, and you created that family environment. Now everybody wants to work together. Everybody's not, I hate her, no, we're not doing that here. You set the tone for that, and you create the atmosphere and environment, and everybody will feel at peace. It doesn't mean negativity won't happen, but you have the responsibility to shut it down and create that environment and culture. And from there, everybody elevate and go up. It's not easy, but it's possible. I lead a band of 3 or 4 other people. This is the second band I put together. And with a band, you're dealing with different personalities, different schedules, different likes, dislikes, different this and this and that, different that. But I have the responsibility of leading them and teaching them and making sure that we get on that stage with one band, one sound. With all these different personalities, right? And it comes with valuing and respecting them. And creating an environment and a culture where they totally understand that we are a team, we are a family, and we have a mission to do. And it's to go out and do whatever that is. We won't let nothing get in the way of it. And that's what great leaders do, is to do that. And I think you're a great leader, and you can do it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Any other?
How did you get in the room with the YMCA?
Man, well, I kind of took some initiative. I was working out at the YMCA. I had a dream of looking beach ready, right? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna take some steps. And I was working out at YMCA. And I'm always looking for connection points of what I'm doing and what I feel purpose and called to do. Transformers movement is called to transform communities. And we do that through mentorship and through community service. And so I always look for opportunities to collaborate. Remember I said you have to build a team? It's not all about me. I don't have to always be the one on the pedestal or the platform. But who can I talk to that has similar vision, similar goals, but more power than me? More access to resources than me? More access to network than me, because I'm only right here and I can only go so far without reaching out and tapping into somebody greater than me. I want to be surrounded by greatness so that I can get pulled up. And as I'm getting pulled up, I can pull somebody else up. So in working out there, I begin to step out, be uncomfortable and say, hey, can I have a time to talk to a manager or somebody? I want to just kind of share what I'm doing and my organization is doing in the community and see if there's some connection points. Can we do something? And so I began to talk with management. We had a meeting with a lady that was on the city, on one of the city official boards of Arlington. Her name was Heidi Hardy. She was involved in the city, kind of in a major way, so to speak. And we met at a park. Me and my wife met with her, and we shared our passion and our vision and our idea and our heart behind what we do. And she was blown away. And she said, I gotta get you to meet with the CEO of YMCA and the Artists of Mansfield area. I gotta get you to sit down. And we sat down and we brought Transformers Movement, our presentation, and we shared our passion, our heart, and our idea with him. And he was blown away. And he said, man, whatever we can do to get behind what you're doing, we want to do it. We want to resource you, and we want to push you and bring you along. And now, I was at the YMCA annual luncheon on Wednesday with the mayor of Arlington and all the big, if you've seen movies where they have meetings and there's people playing violins, and there's food everywhere and all that, and big wigs in there shaking hands, and there's a foundation giving away, $1 million, $2 million. I was in the room with them. And I was counted as valuable and important to them because of the idea, the vision, the purpose that was inside of me to step off and do that. And now I'm shaking hands with the CEO of YMCA, and I'm doing radio interviews, I'm doing all kind of stuff. There's more I could share, but that's how, simply by sharing my idea and my passion and sharing the action steps that I've taken since 2012 and with Transformers Movement since 2013, the small steps that I took to put behind my idea and say, hey, this is how far I've come. We've done some great things, but as far as we can go with your help. And they said, yes. And I'm telling you that to say that I've done it. I'm not just saying things that sound good. I'm actually trying to live it out, and Cayman's trying to live it out, and Ronnie's trying to live it out. Other people in the room are trying to live it out, and you can do the same thing. Because I come from that small town city over there, Pittsburgh, Texas, and it ain't much there, right? But it don't matter where you come from, it's where you're going, and what you're tapping into, and who's walking with you. Right on? Any other questions? Cool.